Welcome. This is my new podcast called Narrative, and today I'm joined with an awesome guest, artist Josh Smith. Welcome to the podcast. I made a list of dream podcast guests to have, and I had Josh on the list after listening to a bunch of interviews with him. I just really liked his outlook on life, his art, and I'm just excited to talk and discuss life. So what's up, Josh?
That's where I'm at too. I'm trying to do things every day that aren't related to just being alone and dwelling on myself. And I enjoy talking to people I've met on Instagram because there's just so many interesting people on there. You just got to kind of sift around and then depending on the time of day or how you feel, you respond differently. I know I'm a cheeseball about Instagram, but it's really cool for me. God, is the camera too far from me?
No, I think you look cool.
Okay.
You feel good?
I feel like I don't have as much control as I usually have. And I think my headphones are a little bit just weird, like Princess Leia-ish.
I like it. Maybe with the hood on.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, hey, look at this.
That looks really cool. Whoa.
Hey,
That's sick. That's so cool. Where'd you get that hoodie? Did you make that?
I'm not like this talented. This was made by my newest friend Sonia. Well, maybe you're my newest friend, but she's from California and she runs a company called. Well, I was going to show you. It's printed inside too. It says something like
Whoa.
chaos, which is one of my favorite words, and she runs a company called Comtees, Cometees, which I like somehow just started liking on Instagram and and in California a few weeks ago I had a bad trip. I told this story about it. Not like a drug trip, but a physical, normal, old-fashioned trip. And that was such a highlight because I just went to visit two great artists and I just walked into a room and that was her studio, and it was like a miracle because I've liked her work. I have another T-shirt of hers. It was sometimes stuff like that happens, but she gave me these patches,
Oh, that's so
all
cool.
these patches and stuff too. So like, I have
Wow,
this
those are
old
beautiful.
vest. I'm starting to sew them on. Like this vest is like a Vietnam. When Rambo was real popular in the '80s, like they made a lot of fake Vietnam stuff,
Wow.
and I found it on eBay for $1. It's like, but it'll be perfect. I'm gonna make something cool. Like one of the things Tess asked me to do was to make something, and that like stressed me because I was like, I don't know how to make anything. Um, yeah, so like I'm mostly a painter, but I'm really create. I like I like to make things like in general, but the paintings like just developed into the like most efficient vehicle to move what I do around the world and around my community and stuff, which is somewhat a shame, but it's also somewhat beautiful that we've invented this kind of, not we, but history has invented this currency of these images pasted on or put on flat surfaces. Like we can trade our ideas and record our time on Earth.
Yeah.
Like painting's a good thing. Are you a painter?
I'm I Yes, kind of. I just made my first oil painting recently, but I always like painting with watercolors. I would say I'm more of a like sculptor, mixed media, filmmaker, a lot of things, just artist in general, but I'm really drawn to technology, and I think that Instagram and social media is this incredible moment we have to share with each other and to spread art. And I'm just really excited to talk to you and start this podcast and put more energy out into the world that is positive about living life to the fullest. And yeah, I think for me, your paintings, I was thinking about your paintings and why they work for me, or like why I really like they speak to me. And I think like they remind me a lot of, Lil Pump.
Yes.
I feel like your paintings are like music. Like you can say Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, just like that. Or you can say like turtle, 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 but your paintings are like this amplified, this like like it's like turtle, but like the way Lil Pump says Gucci Gang is like the way your paintings feel to me,
Uh-huh.
if that makes sense. Or like
Yeah,
any good song,
yeah,
really.
well, like
Like,
those songs, yeah, with those guys, I feel like I'm not collaborating, but I feel like we're working side by side. I don't want to know them or anything. It just late at night when I'm the only person up, I know they're up working. Um, because you can't only do that stuff when the day's all quiet. You can't rip yourself out of a day and go in there and be like that. You've got to create a world, every time you go in there to record something. And that's what I'm doing, is creating a world. Like every time I go in to record something in my studio, I have to, I create that world. And I love that part, but it does make you a little crazy. But I mean,
yeah,
like, part of the reason I'm doing this is to try to like change and not let art control my life so much, because once I'm charged with putting on a show, like I'll skip every holiday, everything, because if that show doesn't go exactly the way I wanted to, I really beat myself up. Like I should have taken that hour or that day. Like why did I do that? Why did I like if I don't put everything I have into something, then I only have myself to blame. I'm gonna blame myself anyway, but I mean the bottom line is I'm really hard on myself about that, and it's part of what makes me an interesting artist. Is I don't like to use the good ideas. I like to use the bad ideas, and I want to I want to cook. I want to make stuff out of those bad. I want to make those. I like to harp on those bad ideas and just beat them into life. And I mean, I feel like painting's such a luxury and stuff. Like, there's also a part of me that needs to make it hard, whatever that means. That's a changing thing. But usually when I'm working, like towards the middle and the end and all that, I just turn into like a really bad person and a monster. And I don't like, I can hurt people and stuff, and I have hurt people, and I don't like people like wasting my time. And like
no, I
the
can
whole
relate.
part of the thing is realizing that it's all my fault and it's all in my control. And yeah, boring.
No, I think it's good to talk about because I think that the creative process, I think people think about artists like it's like just, especially like work like yours that I think to some people it's like it's not simple, but it is, it's just
Hmm.
it's right, and that's why it's so good. But that's really hard to get yourself to that place where you can make those things. And I think that as an artist, you really have to protect your energy and be really careful with your energy. And everyone does. I mean, everyone's capable of anything. We're
Hmm.
all humans with unlimited potential to make and be in this world, and life is so short.
Yeah,
Um,
you're definitely capable of working and working forward. And anything doesn't have to be anything. It could be what presents itself. Like the whole idea is if you just look at ants, it's just keep going forward, like keep going forward, and we are ants, like just pan back a little bit, and we're ants, like, and they just got to keep going forward, and things happen. Um, I, I, what you said is yeah. See, because my paintings are really complicated, and then a lot of what I do is I just strip out everything technically impressive, like anything that would eliminate somebody from entering that painting. Like right now, like I'm stripping all that stuff out, so like a viewer or somebody um can put themselves in there, like I could they can relate to it instantly, like I could have made that. And then it gets into like a further place, and it takes this burden off, like you can study the way people view art, and some people leave confused or perplexed, or it makes them feel deficient about some like period of time, like some knowledge or something. And my work, I want to kind of include more people. I guess that's like popular pop art. I don't know, but um, so I make it. Yeah, I strip out all the everything I can and make it um so anybody can come in there, and also the figure. If I use a figure or any form like a picture, it's not a a specific person. It might be a human shape, or reference a human shape, or the reaper is just a hollow cloak, or the palm tree is very personified, but it's not like a kid or somebody, or an elderly person, or whoever range of people could look at that, and it could still be them. It doesn't exclude. I don't want my work to exclude anybody, especially myself. Like often I'm the one that feels left behind, and I like to draw as many people in. A lot of artists say they don't think about the viewer, and
Yeah.
that's cool. Like I I don't either, really, except I'm the viewer.
Yeah,
Like I'm
totally.
the viewer. Like that means like I don't think about myself. Like I'm making those paintings for me to see. Like so I'm the viewer. So to say like I don't think about the viewers, like saying like for me, I mean I understand what they're saying, but I wanna I do think about the viewer.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not smart enough to realize what's wrong with that, but I don't think that means, I mean, I'm really hard on myself in the studio. I don't think that means I'm trying to cater to them. I think that means I'm trying to serve them up something delicious that they didn't order.
I love
Like,
that.
you
I
know,
love that.
like, or, the cliche is don't give people what they want, give them what they need. And that's what I'm
Yeah.
doing in the studio, is trying to give myself what I need. What I want is fucking a finished show in a crate on the way to near where it needs to be going. But what I need is to build that world around me. And that's where the depression and the anger comes from, is when I don't feel left alone enough to build a world around me to make the work. Yes, to make that work look so simple is very difficult.
It's
That's
yeah,
the
it's
that's
really
the answer
hard.
to your question.
No,
But like I don't want people to know that, but I just
yeah.
told them, like I never want people to know that it's difficult. A big part of it is like that. But whatever,
Yeah.
I'm old. I just saw this little Warhol thing on Instagram, God bless Instagram, like a clip where he was old. It was a year or so before he died, and he was in a show in Italy, and the guy was pressing him. Intelligent guy, not not being belligerent, but tough questions. And said something about how everything looks so easy and stuff, and Warhol just kind of got quiet and definitely felt death. And he said, uh, "The truth is I work all the time." He just kind of dropped all his mask and all the Warhol cut stuff, and everything just fell away. And he's like, "The truth is I work all the time," like just like a plain sad little boy. And it was very touching, and that's the truth.
Yeah. No, I think I was listening to an interview with you and you said something about art, which was like, don't try, just work. And it's so true. It's like, I think because technology, some people like technology makes things seem so easy these days, but good art will never be easy to make. Like it will always take your heart and everything you have. And that's what's so beautiful about it. And for me, making work that's accessible is so important because it's like as an artist, for me at least, I just want to reach as many people and hopefully give them something that makes them feel good. And your paintings did that for me. The first time I saw your work, I saw a show, I think it was 2019, 2018 at David's Werner.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I just graduated from RISD and I was feeling like really confused. And I saw your paintings and they just made me feel okay. Like I was just like, okay, like
Hmm.
it's gonna be okay. Like it's all gonna be okay. And your sculptures too. Like I really love your ceramics. I mean, just all your work. But I think that to get that out of your body and onto an object is takes a lot of time and is really difficult. But it's I don't know. For me, at least, making art and sharing with people, it just feels like something I have to do because I know I have like a perspective that's everyone has a unique perspective. We all are like snowflakes, and I don't know. I like connecting with people, and I think that's why I like social media is because I've been able to connect with so many people, and I just want to continue to grow on social media and connect with as many people as possible, and um, just spread good vibes.
Yeah, I don't want to grow on social media. Like I just want to incorporate it into like my life, and it hasn't gotten in my wheelhouse except a few little things. Like, and I'm pretty good about not giving it too much time. I mean, here I am giving it time in like a third party way, but that's different. But uh, it took me forever. I joined it in I think October when I did a show in Italy, and it occurred to me that I just do shows all the time, and I never show my actual New York friends or my peers what I'm made, and I'm shipping this work. You finish it, and like the day I work right up until the day and everything, and then it's time. It's just gone. So I just had this wave of guilt, and I was like, let me open this and share it. I also got the feeling like Instagram was kind of like a little tired, and I wanted to. I liked that it wasn't hot. Like TikTok is like gives off this energy, like all these kids, these kind of scary kids jumping and stuff. Like I don't know. I just wanted to. Um, I just thought it was cool that it was kind of dead and that people were saying it's over and stuff. Like yeah, I was probably the last person to join Vine too. You know, like I
Loved Vine. It's
and
cool.
but 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 I'm glad I did, and I I I'm not that into. It scares me because you can see how much time people spend on Instagram. You can
Yeah.
feel it, and you said when we met, when we did our initial conversation, that you know you're a child of the internet, and I've heard other people your age say that, and and that's something like I'm processing right now. That idea that you were born navigating a two-dimensional thing, like all the tactility and all that stuff. I was raised with my hands in mud. You were raised with your hands on a glass screen.
Yeah.
Like, there's a big difference. And
Yeah.
that's why it's important for generations of people to really take a deep breath before having some thought about something or other, because we're so fundamentally different. And it's not your fault you grew up with a piece of glass in your hand. Like, those, that was done by boomers and stuff. Like, they left us this mess of like world destroying, metals and stuff being harvested by slaves and monkeys in other countries. And and it's they've given us this this stuff, just what we have to deal with and try to make the most of it. Like, every generation hopefully leaves a few good things, but I feel like the baby boomers left a pretty big turd for us to try to make something with.
Yeah.
They own a lot of the housing. They make it hard for people to have affordable lives. Like, you shouldn't own thousands of houses. Like, you shouldn't do some stuff. Like, the golden rule is so fucking simple. But I think the Trump administration and stuff kind of destroyed the golden rule and that idea. Like, we have to rebuild that. It's just, that's what the world needs to get by. That's what animals need to try to do to get by, is, treat other people like you want to be treated. And that's what people kind of forgot, you know. It's sad.
It's sad. It is sad, but I think my my goal and why I wanted to start this podcast was I wanted to create conversations with people and talk to people like you and share it with people so that um just there's more conversations about like how to live, what it's like to live life, just what it's like to live life. I think that's all we can do is just share experiences with each other. And I am really excited to have this conversation and to
Yeah.
learn from
Well,
you because I
we
think
have
you have
to
a
do
lot of
it.
wise
We have to
things.
do one where it's like better, though.
Yeah.
Like this one, um, is still good, but we have to do it where it's like uh more rip shit. This one
Yeah.
gets a little melancholy and stuff, and
Okay.
also like it's also like about art,
Yeah. I have
like
some questions that are
art,
random.
like what my Instagram is makes me so nervous. Like,
Hmm.
I like that feeling, but I'm positive I'm the one who watches my Instagram the most. Like,
I love your
I,
Instagram. I
I
think
I
it's
just,
fun.
it's the first time in my life I've been able to see myself the same way that other people. A lot of times I wonder what I did wrong there, or what do I look like? What does this person think of me, or how do I sound? And on Instagram, when you put something on there, that's like exactly what you're seeing and what other people are seeing. So for the first, it's not like looking in a mirror where like you can see what you want to. Like, this is what people are seeing. So like, for the first time in my life, like, I can see myself. And for someone who's self-conscious and kind of like a little bitch inside, like, it's very, very, like, it was instantly cathartic. And I'm also at the stage in my like professional career where I don't care about that much, um about like getting, I'm sick of kind of transactional things. I want just things to be about like learning and seeing new art and meeting, learning and thinking about stuff. Like, everything has been so transactional and you don't realize it for a while, but after a while it just starts to hurt. Like, nobody wants to talk to you unless they need something, and when they get it, you think, well, maybe I built the rapport with this person or something, but no, they just go back and took whatever they need, and you hear from them when they need something else. It's like so I like live a life in hiding because I can't. It breaks my heart. It
Yeah,
it
no,
breaks my heart. I wasn't raised like that. I just wasn't raised like that, and it breaks my heart that the majority of the people I come across are so transactional. When I meet one that's not transactional, like I think I give them the hug of death, like or whatever. Like I'm just so freaked out. Like, oh my God, you're a real person.
yeah, it's
But whatever. Whatever. Work in progress.
yeah, no, I feel you. Me too. Do you want me to ask you? I just Googled random, there used to be these videos on YouTube where people would answer random questions.
Okay.
Um, and it would just be like an hour long video of someone just answering a list of questions that you can find on the internet. And so I looked up some that I thought maybe you could answer.
Yeah, ask me.
Cool. Okay. So, what's your idea of a perfect day?
Um, just work all day and drink lots of water and some Mountain Dews and just work and be alone. Um, and and not be bothered and not feel guilty. A lot of times I feel guilty, when I do that. I feel
Me
real
too.
guilty about working. I feel real guilty about working because I'm kind of I'm embarrassed at how much time I put into it. I have lots of peers that are much cooler than me and they have it more under control, but I I just do not let go until the thing is dead.
Yeah, I feel you.
Um, what was the question?
Oh, your perfect day, but I can ask you another
Oh yeah, it
question.
was just like being in the studio and um that's not a, I would like that answer to be like going for a walk and doing this and then going to the studio and stuff. But really, I just like to have that unbroken time in the studio. So selfish. But think of it like a plane that has to keep stopping on the runway.
No, I
Like
feel that.
it never
And
can take flight. And like the best is like a week. If you can get a week, you can change as an artist. But like
no,
one day is one day at this point. The way the world is a gift. Like one day where you just are on the runway and you get to fly around and you can get a lot done on a day like that.
no, I
Or
know what you're
I
talking
love
about.
nights too. If you asked my question about the night, it would be the
Oh, yeah,
same
what's your
answer.
favorite thing? What's your perfect night?
It's
Same answer.
that, yeah. I always
Okay.
wear these headphones. I like to feel like in my own world. Makes me feel like safer, like, and it
Yeah.
provides like a consistent thing somehow. I don't know.
No, I
I don't
agree.
know. I don't know. It's kind of bad, but I don't care. I just don't
I
care. Everything's so loud and weird and I just don't care.
I like that. I
When
have
I
another
say I don't care, it
question.
means I care so much that I've thought about it so much that I don't care anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, there was an Andy Warhol video I was watching a few weeks or a documentary I was watching, and he was saying that he used to stress out about stuff, but then he learned this trick called "so what," where he'd be like worried about something, and then he'd just say to himself, "So what?" And I've started doing it, and it kind of works, but I still stress out about things.
Well, it sounded to me like that you were game to do anything. Like you really love, you really are not shy about loving the internet. And so feel like you want to figure out how to plug yourself in there like effectively and
Yeah.
grow a good life through this thing that you really understand and appreciate. So like and meet people and stuff and yeah, like this is a gift for me because now I'll go back to work and I'll have different. It gets you off the track. It puts you on a different track, and it's you don't want to go just back and forth from you know Chicago to New York. You want to go around the whole country and do all this shit. I'm not a good traveler. Like I have a lot of things I have to work on. I'm not a good traveler.
No,
Like
I
it's
feel
just like I
very.
I work too much. I work too much, and it's not good. It's not good. That's this podcast. This podcast is like I mean, maybe somebody will like it, but I feel guilty. I feel like we could do a better one.
We can edit stuff
It
too,
might
or
be the
say
worst
whatever you
one I've
want.
ever done. What are the other questions?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
We
not
can
mad
also
about it or anything. I'm just embarrassed. Maybe it's
we
great.
can yeah, I think it's good. I have lots of other questions. So, okay. What was your favorite childhood toy?
A toolbox that my dad made for me
Oh,
and put like as a kid I had like adult tools. I got them one by one, so I like learned what each one did, and it's really nice. He made it. I remember exactly how it was made. I can't believe I still don't have it. Um,
pretty
that's
sweet.
what that was. Yeah.
What's your favorite midnight snack?
Oh, cereal. It's just boxes and boxes of cereal. Like
What's
mortal
your
sins, like
favorite?
gluttony of cereal. In fact, I would like to open like an all-you-could-eat cereal restaurant chain.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I think there was a cereal restaurant in England. I remember seeing it on like BuzzFeed a long time ago.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm
like
sure it went
well.
out of business because someone like me went there. But
Ate all
like,
the
yeah, I
food.
don't eat a lot during the day, and then like, whatever, I just eat like 9 million grams of glucose at like 4 in the morning. And then I wondered, like, why do I feel strange the whole next day? But yeah, I understand nutrition's supposed to matter, but yeah, body wants sugar.
I love sugar too. I'm a
But
big candy
oatmeal,
person.
that's a late night snack. Like, mostly, like, I eat oatmeal every day and, lots of legumes. And I'm a vegan.
Oh,
So,
cool.
yeah, I've been a vegan for a long time and I don't ever think about it, but it's just occurred to me while we were talking. Yeah.
Okay, here's another question that I think you'd have a good answer to. If you could be any animal, what would you be?
I guess a turtle. I guess a turtle. I don't know. I don't I don't have a good answer. I I I I I would want to maybe be a cow that didn't get eaten or milked. That like I would like to be a cow that saved all the other cows and like I would like to be a cow superhero.
I like that. Yeah, I was gonna also ask what superpower would you have if you could have one?
mm, Making awesome paintings and making money. Like that's like a
That's a
that's
superpower.
that's a 25 that's a stolen answer. That's a stolen answer. That was from the Snoop Dogg talk show where he asked 21 Savage, "What special power do you want?" And he said, "Making money. I want to be able to make money." And Snoop's like, "Wow, it's pretty simple." But I don't really just care about money. I just wanted to say that because I wanted to see how it felt. But no, really, I just want to be a really good, loving person to people around me who are loving towards me, and be a I want to be the best artist I can. I've invested enough time that I got to see it through. I can't drop it. Can't drop the ball now. Like, it's how I communicate with myself, and I can put everything I learn and everything I see and stuff into it. I mean, if I wasn't good at it, I would stop. So somebody tell me
No, I
when to
think
stop, and
don't stop.
depending on how I feel, I'll either stop or I'll tell you to go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Okay. I'm trying to think about what we should talk about. What would you want to talk about the most? Like, what we can talk. I think, because I have so many questions in my mind, but now I feel like,
Well, you wanted to ask me about the fashion stuff. You discussed that. Like,
oh, yeah.
I've been doing that fashion stuff. A few years ago, Supreme just contacted me and said, "Can we make this?" Like, they had found everything on the internet and already designed it. And I was just like, "Sure." That was really easy and it worked out great. And get asked to do little things here and there. And then I was asked to do a bigger kind of a whole campaign with Givenchy, not design it, but mostly use my graphics and some of my influence and style stuff on it. And it was cool, but honestly, yeah, I'm trying to do this stuff to learn and to meet different people who are so talented, and but sometimes they're way better experiences than other ones. Fashion people have really very little to do with art. Like, very little. They don't really, they just look at it like a visual resource. They don't think about it like in that kind of really romantic way that make like that real sexy way that like is real, like that's all creepy in your body. They just see it very like topical, like, and it's, you think they look like you kind of, and they're smart like and everything, but they just can't get through that. And at the same time, like, I don't, I can't see the nuances of couture and stuff. So like, yeah, but they really just want to, use artists and stuff, and it's cool. I mean, it's fun. I mean, you got to do different things. It's like, personally, like, I'm not doing any like, I'm just doing my gallery shows and doing like, there's not like anything else. Like, I'm not working on any museum shows or anything. So like, I do art at that level, like the big league level, for opportunities. So if I'm not getting opportunities, like, it's like, fuck this.
Yeah.
You got to make your own opportunities, and you got
No,
to shake some trees, and you don't wait for opportunities. You make opportunities. When I was younger, yeah, there was like more to sort through, but as you get older, other people thankfully get some time on the stage, and like, you have to take your life and like plug it in a different outlet, and see, how you can apply yourself at that stage. Like, you got to make opportunities, and there's people around you that want to ride, then let them ride. And if they're not into it or they're not willing to put in the work, then move away from them or isolate yourself. I mean, the
yeah,
biggest thing holding people back is themselves.
facts. Yeah, no, I think that. So you grew up in Tennessee, but you were born in Japan, and then you went to University of Miami, and then you went back to school in Tennessee. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. I was like a military kid, and we moved. I moved from California, but my family's from New York, so not the city, but like right outside in Rockville Center and Copeg and
Oh, I know Copaig.
Amityville. Yeah, like right off 40 minutes outside, and and so I was like my, my I don't have like a deeply Southern family, and but I grew up here till I was 18. Then I went to school for 2 years in Ohio, and I ran out of money, and I finished school in Tennessee, which was a blessing because my mom got a 25% discount, and it wasn't school wasn't as expensive then. Like, I don't know what happened, but sorry. And
Yeah,
and 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 I was able to pay for it, and I saved $2,000, and I moved to New York and lived with a friend and started looking for jobs. Um, and met friends art handling, and those friends you meet art handling and stuff, you just try to have fun. And then someone gets a group show and they're like, hey, you want to be in this group show? Or my first show in New York was in a restaurant. I just liked this restaurant and there was nothing on the wall. It's a Chinese place and they were thrilled.
that's
And it was
awesome.
cool. Yeah. And like, it just, that's like making an opportunity. And once people see that you're doing that stuff for yourself, everything's okay. Life's
Yeah.
not that complicated. If you put out love, and people are either gonna try to break you down, then you just move away from them, or they're gonna want to ride and be with you.
True that. No, that's facts. I think I that's another Andy Warhol. I've been a kind of like I watch a lot of artist interviews, and that's kind of how I ended up wanting you on the podcast. I was listening to like Andy Warhol a lot, and then I started listening to your interviews, and he was saying that his first show in New York was at Serendipities on the Upper East Side. It was the only place I would show him. And me and my friends have done stuff like
Well,
that.
he asked.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he asked. I mean, I probably had read that story, and it green lighted me asking. It's
Hmm.
important to. I mean, what well documented lives these people had. I mean, Basquiat must have had his photo taken 5 times a day. I mean, he didn't live that long, but I very seldom see pictures repeat of, like, they just really documented a lot of stuff. Like, that's not going to happen for us. Like, in fact, everything we make is just going into a shredder, basically. It's hard to preserve all this. I don't know. Um,
Yeah, I'm trying to do that. That's part of my work is like I take a lot of I had this Instagram account, the one that we met through, the real, and I used to post like a lot of pictures from like old websites that I would find or old Flickrs, like accounts, things people posted like in the early 2000s and stuff, and then probably forgot about. And so I would find the images and post them. But then I just felt like I wasn't being me. I was just kind of creating trends. And so I deleted everything. But then I've been taking all the pictures that I did post and making them into books so that they're physical. Because I think that's what's hard about the internet is I see so much, but it's all with your eyes. There's nothing physical about it. And
yeah, that's what's cool about being an artist. Yeah, that's how you can be an artist and put everything into a filter and see what comes out. Like, you're the filter. You're the filter. I'm the filter. Like, being an artist is a big luxury. Being a writer's a bigger luxury because you don't have to carry all this shit. You can just carry a piece of paper
yeah,
and a pen. But like, yeah, I like doing all this type of stuff and my Instagram and stuff because I'm more extroverted than I've been allowed to be for the last while. Um, I like making movies. I, I, there's a performative aspect to being an artist. Anybody who says different is not thinking clearly. Like, if you want to show your paintings like in New York galleries and stuff, then you're an exhibitionist. Like you're a performance. It's performance art at this point. It's not the '50s where you show 7 paintings uptown and like an apartment sized gallery. It's blown out. It's a bigger thing. Like there's no comparison to this type of artist that I am than any artist in history. Like being asked to fill these gymnasiums, like gymnasium sized galleries over and over. Oh, and then like let's plug you into like all these art fairs. I don't want to. Okay, fine. And then all this passive aggressive stuff, and then you end up doing it anyway. It's like there's no comparison to this type of artist. So, like, true.
I just started thinking about Justin Bieber when you were saying that. Like, he was just this boy, and they just put him in these stadiums filled with like 20,000 girls, and they would fly him. There's these images of him, and that I really love, where he's on his tour. Believe they sent him down on wings that are made out of musical instruments, and he's wearing all white, but he's just like 14, you
Hmm.
know, and he's being like sent around the world. Like, I think I calculated how many people had seen him in 1 year, and it was like 3 million people had seen him physically. And this kid was like a teenager, you know? It's like we live in this time where these grand spectacles are just normal. And that just wasn't the case before. Like, you would never see something
I
like that
know.
in your lifetime. It's so wild.
Well, think about that. The Wu-Tang Clan might never have been discovered now. Like, imagine, like,
So
like
crazy.
the Wu-Tang Clan's kind of like my religion, and like I've heard them talk about this. Like, there's a good chance no one ever would have heard it based on the way things work now in the music industry and the way those guys were and stuff. Like, I mean, to imagine that, and then instead you get 69 or Little Peep, R.I.P. Little Peep, who he delivered big time. Like it's just sad. The but or X like I you get you know it's it's crazy to think that the Wu Tang Clan could have not been taken seriously or not had the right. It just wouldn't have worked today, and that's like genius. That's like a Megatron thing. Like it's crazy. Uh, but whatever. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe destiny is. You probably couldn't have stopped the Wu Tang Clan. No way.
No way. No, I love the Wu Tang Clan. Um, yeah, music is just so amazing, and I think that it's
Let's
yeah.
let's make this like let's put a good ending on this chapter of this and watch
Mhm.
it and see how we can um make it like super more super like what everyone's seeing here, if anybody ever sees this, is two people learning
Yeah.
from 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 nothing, and we met yesterday. So that's kind of like the basis of this sitcom, and this was episode 1, but I think it went pretty well. Like we just need to, next time we'll learn. I have a green screen, and Tess is gonna try to do some shit on here, right?
Yeah.
Like the idea was to look at paintings and stuff and talk about them. That's fun.
Do you want
I
us
don't
to
look
look at some
I
stuff?
don't look back a lot. So like yeah, let's look at some stuff.
Okay, cool.
But like let's say like no more than like 30 minutes more.
Okay, sounds good to me. Yeah, I think this is a good first beginning start.
Not
Um,
because I have like to go save a life or something. Just
We don't
because,
want to burn it out.
yeah.
No, I agree. Okay. Oops. Okay. I want to look at some of your ceramics. Can you
Yeah,
see it?
yeah, yeah. Um, I had a back surgery in 2000. I had my second back surgery in 2012, and I couldn't stand up. So I started. I Hunter College. A friend works there and gave me a table to work at, and I started making stuff there. And then the back thing took a long time to recover. So yeah, I ended up getting my own kiln and just I would just make whatever came into my head. It didn't have any all the reapers broke. I had them all on a table and the table collapsed. I lost them all.
Oh no,
Got
they're so cute.
Yeah, I'm not fussy. I need to take better care of stuff, but working with ceramics, being a painter for so long and then having that thing right in your face
Mm-hmm.
was so nice to then go back to painting. It reset. It reset the whole. It it's like going from inside to painting was like going back outside again after being in this intimate sort of situation. Ceramics accumulates really fast, and I filled up a whole house really quickly with them, and I eventually just moved away and didn't have the studio anymore. I want to get it set up again. In fact, I would like to go. This sounds stupid. I mean, I would like to go back to school and learn about ceramics more, but I don't think they would have me. Professors are really competitive. Probably college professors probably the most competitive artists out there.
Yeah, that's big facts. But you didn't go to art school, did you? Or did
I
you
went to
study
art
art?
school in undergrad. Yeah, I studied
Wow.
printmaking and painting. Yeah, I
Oh,
had a great teachers that were very supportive.
I pulled some more new stuff, but I
Oh
really
yeah,
like these paintings. I just think the energy in them is
mhm.
really powerful.
Yeah. I'd made abstract paintings in the past, like in '06, '07, '08. That Yeah, and those are palette, like the palette.
Yeah.
And I'd like everyone started painting abstract, so I was like, oh, let me just paint something else for a while. I think that's where I did the started doing the palm trees and ceramics and stuff, and then I thought I can always come back to being an abstract painter, but that was bullshit. Like I had to learn it all from the beginning again. It wasn't easy, and I felt that those paintings were super. In fact, I want some back. I don't know. I'm kind of a
They're-
hoarder.
Yeah, no, I feel that. It's hard to let go of things that you make. I mean,
Yeah,
I
that's why I
haven't.
make so much because it helps with the one of the reasons there's a lot of reasons to be productive, but one of the reasons is it helps with like the bereavement of having things constantly taken from you.
No,
Like
I
you
I
don't
get
ever
that.
get a chance to look at something hardly before it's gone, and then you got it. So you make another one to replace it. I guess it's like someone who keeps having kids kidnapped, kind of. But I guess you wouldn't. After like two or three, you would probably stop replacing kids.
No, that make yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
have
these cityscapes.
yeah, the city ones really
That
the
was during the
monuments.
beginning of the pandemic. Like I went outside and nobody was outside, and I was able to see Brooklyn where I live, like for the first time, kind of like because I'm always inside, and I was able to walk around, and it just I was just like in my studio like every day painting and stewing and all that shit, and then all of a sudden I just started drawing these buildings, and it all it I started painting like a kid again, and seriously, it's cheesy, but yeah, the whole world like opened up. I don't know if you have any of the paintings, but it all kind of
I
came.
can pull some up.
It all kind of just happened. Oh yeah, that was that show High as Fuck that I did on my roof. I did a show. Did you see that show?
No, wait,
The,
Josh Smith
the
high as
online.
fuck.
It's yeah. It's still on. It's on the David Swerner website. Like the first month or so of the pandemic, I realized, 'cause, like I live around all these studios and I saw no lights on whatsoever. I was like, no one's working or anything. I was like, I'm gonna do a show on my roof, and
I'm gonna find these pictures. Oh, there you
and I
are.
did a yeah, I did a show on my roof. And it's not like I was high on drugs. I was high on life. I should have called it high on life. But
Yeah, this is beautiful. Oh, this is cool.
and I gave some little testimonials, and I think that's kind of the first time I ever did like the talking on camera thing. A lot of people like that I know are like kind of weirded out about the me on the Instagram thing and stuff. But
I think your Instagram is so awesome. Like, I think you're so real on it and you make great content, but it's more than that. I think one of the things that I really liked that you said on Instagram recently was Instagram is an artwork. And I think that so many people don't take advantage of that. Like it's really
yeah,
a stage for you to perform on. And I think that's why I'm so into social media and internet is it's like everything you watch isn't real. It's all performances. And it's like a theater that you can go to whenever you want and watch anything in the world. It's so fucking crazy. Like, and you can say anything. It's just, it's beautiful, you
yeah,
know?
yeah. You got to be careful. I mean,
Yeah.
I can sound like a real old fogey, but I mean, I get those trolls and stuff.
Oh, here you are. Here's your exhibition walkthrough.
I let it go through it for a while, but then I realized like I'm hurting this person by not by letting them just go off on me. Um,
Yeah.
like
It's
yeah,
painful.
there's the fact that that happens is very painful. Yeah, it it's painful not because you have to go back and work after that, thinking like, what is wrong with humans that are so sad? Like you want to help these people and be like, hey, do you want to go throw the frisbee or some shit? But person's like beyond help.
Yeah.
Uh,
No. I'm starting this thing called Content Warriors where I'm made a it's like an open call basically and I had like a little application just people tell me a little about themselves just to make sure that we're like on the same page with stuff, but we're going to start meeting in April just like it's going to be like, maybe around like 10 of us just people talking um and kind of like this. But yeah, talking and looking at stuff because I think what's so cool about the internet is like it's the future. Like you can talk to anyone, you can watch a movie in 5 seconds. You can talk to anyone in the world. Like why not do that? You
well, because
know?
you have to make your work. Like
Yeah.
you're also like, I mean, I'm talking about me. Like,
Hmm.
I mean, I guess this interview is with me. Like, my feeling is like Instagram. You know, they want you to spend they want their users to spend 90 minutes a day on their app, and that can go by really quickly. And I learned that like on the first day, and I was like, no. So like, it's not getting more than 20 minutes from me.
That's a
Like
really smart rule.
it's just not. It's and like even there I'm compromising. Like a few weeks ago I said 10 and now it's like 20. So like maybe I should bring it back down to 15. Like think about what this thing deserves. Think
No.
about who these people are and what they do and how much money they make, and like they don't deserve you that much. I like
Yeah.
the idea of having like my own. TV channel better. I have to look into what a YouTube channel is. I would love to do
Yeah.
pop shows and, like I would love to do um, like some other type of shows.
Yeah, I'm not
Like
super
I
into
want to have my
Instagram as a
channel.
platform. Yeah, I
Not
could
you're not
definitely.
into what?
I mean, I like Instagram as a platform just because it's been able to connect me with people, but Instagram like has kind of blacklisted my account and like taken a lot of followers away from me, which I don't really care about. I still am in contact with the people that I've met, and I'm trying to just use it as a way to. I think YouTube is really like what I'm really into and what I really want to do, and that's why I wanted to start the podcast because I've always wanted to be a YouTuber, like since I
Why
was a
did
kid.
they blacklist you?
I think just because like I post a lot, and I think like the kind of style is kind of like I don't know, fried a little. Like it's like shit posting, like you just posting lots of words and images and
So am
um
I gonna get blacklisted? How do that's all I do is post words and images.
I don't think
Like
you will because
shit.
you have you're fine. Like I Mike, it's really hard to grow an account on Instagram. YouTube's a lot easier because the YouTube algorithm, YouTube wants people to stay on the platform to watch more videos. So YouTube wants people to find your content. Instagram doesn't care because they're getting they're making money off of brand deals that they have with certain like it's hard to I'm trying to explain it. Like Instagram doesn't care about the users and what they see, but YouTube needs you need to actually to keep someone's attention on a video is a lot harder than keeping someone's attention on a photo for a second. So YouTube is I think of just a better platform in general.
Oh yeah.
Um
Let's
I'm
talk.
trying to move.
Let's talk separately after this. Maybe not after this today, but like let's plot on some YouTube shit.
Yeah.
I want my own network, and I'll still use Instagram, but I'll use it more like for advertising for my TV network.
Yeah, that's what I'm
And
trying to get
if
on.
nobody wants to watch it, like I lose a lot of followers. I have a weird rhythm on Instagram. Like I post something and I lose like 20 people real quick, and then I get back like one, two, three. Very slowly, people come back, and by the time the next post comes, it's like one or two higher. Like it's hard to gain people, but like it's not really why I'm doing that. Like I'd rather have 1,000 people who are so with me than 5,000 people who are just browsing or curious. Like
Totally.
I mean, like I I I don't know. I don't care. Like I'm not really being fair on Instagram either. Like I'm an artist and I never really show my art. I've only shown it like 5 or 6 times. And that's gonna change. I just haven't been able to lately. But also I think it's pretty boring for like some successful artists to just talk about their work all the time. Like you can look it up. Like
Yeah.
you know
No.
what we do. Like there's so much flexing, like studio flexing. You notice too, like I don't really show where I am that much, like because I don't
Yeah.
think it's important. Like
No.
everything's the same for me. It's just a room where you're just painting stuff, and
Yeah.
I do move around quite a bit, but I just doesn't think it's important, like where I am or how nice something is, stuff like. That's why a lot of those videos, like I just sit on the floor.
I
I,
like your I like your videos where you like I like all your videos you post on Instagram. The magnet fishing one was really great. I love the one you just posted with the turtle. I thought that was
yeah, I
I
love
just like
magnet fishing.
that's yeah, so how did you discover magnet fishing and you
Well,
basically you
like
take
after I became a vegan 10 years ago, and I just I couldn't go fishing anymore. It just felt like such a mean thing to do to trick something and yank it out of the water. I don't know, whatever, stupid. But so like the magnet, and I love the idea of like what's down there and stuff, and you don't hurt anything. You just cleaning stuff up. I never was gonna make videos about it, but I was like, this will be fun. And you never know what's down there. Like, I showed those pliers, I cleaned them up.
Those look great.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. Like, uh,
Do you ever go metal
I
detecting?
just pulled tires out. I just pulled pliers out of a creek.
So
Like,
cool.
it's like a magic.
This is awesome. Yeah, you just
Yeah,
made
yeah.
like it's really cool. I really like finding stuff on the ground and looking for
Hmm.
things like that and going into the
That's a
woods
really
looking
powerful
for
magnet.
sticks.
Like
Yeah,
that
I can
day it got
tell.
stuck underground. Like I had to delete the video because something happened, but I that day I was soaking wet because I had to like go in the water to get my magnet like off like something under like I, yeah, I had to go in that day because the video was funny because I was just soaking wet. But
That's cool.
yeah, I just like this the videos. I don't want to bore people, and I don't even want to show off. I just want to make people laugh and stuff.
Yeah, I
I
think
just want people to make people laugh, and it's also it's very selfish. It's very therapeutic for me, and
yeah.
I make about 5 or 10 a day, and at night I sit in front of the TV and I do the sync thing and I watch them all, just for fun. Like they're very funny, and a lot of times it's me talking to myself, like laughing at myself about being so depressed about nothing, and but like 95% of it, I just can't post it because it would be too much. The audience is too well rounded.
Yeah, we gotta get you on YouTube.
I want to think about like I don't want to lose kids and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose adults, or I don't want to lose. It's too well rounded. I have to think about I have to be very respectful, um because now what I've realized too is like a lot of this type of stuff where people are calling you out for anything they can. Like I showed a picture of a turtle on mine, and people are like, "Did you think about the turtle or anything?" Like, and it's like a lot of it's getting into artists are really into censorship now.
I
Like
don't like
artists are
that.
starting to really censor each other,
Yeah, I hate
and
that.
that's terrifying.
It's
And you
really
can read back
scary.
in history not too long ago, like 100 years ago, like read about Russia or some shit. Like read about
I don't
anything
fuck with that.
basically in Europe, and or even in America. Like censorship, like in the New York art community, people censoring each other is it hasn't happened in quite it's just becoming common, and I won't play with it. Like
Yeah.
if you're gonna
It's
try to
fucking-
censor me, like get like I'm just gonna turn off everything. Like I'm not gonna stand up and try to I don't have time to defend everything. I'm just gonna take it down, and you're not gonna get to see it. Like there's no begging, there's no nothing. If someone bitches, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's just
No.
gone. Like because I don't want to answer any more questions about it. Like you're censoring this because it's just gone. Like you ruined it for everybody.
Yeah. I think people are really I think there's a lot of fear going around. Um,
It's arrogance.
yeah.
It's not fear, it's arrogance.
Hmm.
It's just
That's a
people
good point.
being arrogant. Like who the hell do you fucking think you are telling someone like they can't post a turtle? Like it just
Yeah.
takes it too far, and these are grown people. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe my Instagram's nebulous, and it changes all the time. And like I can use it, I can use it to kind of poke at things, little things. And if nobody sees it, nobody sees it. It's not really. It's for me. It's my thing.
Yeah. I
Like
feel that way with my
like
Instagram too.
like you happen to have seen it, and that's cool. And we're doing this thing, and I never met you. I mean, we're gonna try to meet in real life, but hopefully we can. I feel like if we did this in real life, it would be a lot different. Um,
Yeah, yeah, I feel like the energy would be different. I think it's hard to kind of like get the vibes right over the computer.
yeah, and I want to see how this looks.
Yeah.
I want to see how this looks on the TV.
Mhm.
Like, what is gonna see? Is it gonna be me or you or
We can
both
do
of us?
well, we can do both of us. We can do both of it. Well, we can do whatever we want because I'm gonna get the video files just raw, and so I can put them next to each other,
Oh, okay.
and so we can be just
Yeah,
like next to each other talking.
yeah.
Um,
Let's see. Let's see how it Let's see how it looks.
yeah, and also like yeah, we can once this is done, we can see how it looks, see how we feel about it. I think we got some good stuff in here, but I do wish kind of we were in person. I feel like it would just be different, but it's okay.
Well, we could do it three different ways. We could do it just audio. We could do it this way.
Hmm.
We could do it in person. We could do like a taste test of different interview styles. But I think you're going to become a better interviewer like really quickly. You know,
Yeah.
the best interviewer ever, Oprah
Hmm.
Winfrey.
Yeah, she's really
Oprah
good.
just
Should study her.
boss interviewer.
Let me study. I need to study more Oprah videos.
Yeah, and the great one, the Cavett, Dick Cavett was really good.
Mm. Yeah, I should watch him.
Dick
I want.
Cavett, Dick Cavett. I mean, it's deep. This is like it's deep. It's, he really wanted to learn about the It's really rare to have two intelligent people talking like that. Usually, the interviewers not quite on the level.
Yeah, I feel like today. Not gonna lie, I feel like I was a bit off today. I just feel like I was so excited for this, and I think I like. I don't know. I think that I just yeah, I got too excited and I didn't sleep good.
Don't worry about it. I'm not used to. I feel like we could do it good through FaceTime. There's some real intimacy about FaceTime, and then
Yeah.
translating that FaceTime into FaceTime's kind of. I don't know how FaceTime got lost in the whole Zoom thing and everything. Um, let's wrap up this and then
Okay.
talk for a second.
Okay, sounds good.
Um,
I'll,
if anybody listens to this ever, I really appreciate you and in life and stuff. If you care and you want to keep seeing me, then bear with me and it's I don't know what type of movie it's gonna be, but man, it'll be a good movie.
oh yeah. Well, thanks for watching if someone watches this, and I hope you have a blessed day and stay real. And I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna stop recording.
Okay, bye.